on this beautiful Sunday afternoon here in the delightful Cleveland area. I've got three motorcycles out in the driveway, but we're really going to focus on two of them today. The M1000RR, looking beautiful and brilliant in the sunlight, and the Ducati Panigale V4R. As the title suggests, our good buddy Jaret Campisi has to choose. Hopefully, we'll catch some people before they go to bed if they're on the other side of the world. If they're in the United States, well, hopefully they're awake and able to see this. Hello, Mythal. I think I pronounced that right. Shadow 233T is in the house. But Jaret Campisi, if you guys don't know who he is, he's a big-time YouTuber, good buddy of mine, Moto Million, social media influencer. He has to pick between my M1000RR or my Ducati Panigale V4R. Now, we all know that Jaret Campisi is a huge Ducati fanboy. So he's going to finally ride the V4R with its 998cc amazing engine, all souped up like it is with these Moto Million parts. And then he's going to ride my M1000RR, and he has to pick which one is his favorite one. We got guys are actually riding. You hear those guys? That's the highway over there. Guys are actually riding. It's like 47 degrees. Not super warm, but guys are out. Paul S. Hello from Great Britain. How you doing, Paul? Your two favorite patron content creators. Thank you, Byron. Life creator, Campisi. Yeah, so he's going to have to pick between these two bikes. Shout out from Melbourne, Australia. Austin K-Pow's in the house. Way Too Cold's right there. Well, you heard those bikes behind me on the highway, Austin. They're out there having a good time. Does Moto Million send parts to India? Yes, he does. Just purchase on their website and you can get your parts shipped. But today we're talking about the Panigale V4R or the M1000. Can you guys guess which bike Jaret Campisi is going to say is his favorite bike? I would personally choose the M1000RR. I made a video. Listen to those bikes. Sometimes I want to give chase and kind of find out who those guys are, having a good old time on the expressway systems. I made a video, guys. It's not been published yet, comparing my M1000RR to the Panigale V4R. And I'm not going to spoil it here and tell you guys which one I chose was my favorite one, but one of them is my favorite. You think Riding with Brad says that he thinks that Jaret might say the V4R. Well, Jaret has to be open-minded and optimistic. He can't be his typical Ducati fanboy self. And that's what I told him I expect out of him for riding both these bikes. You know, and whatever he thinks, he needs to back it up with facts and stuff. So next to the bike, we've got the 1199R. I also want to talk to you guys about the differences between the 1199 and the Panigale V4R. Both these bikes are outstanding. Carbon fiber wheels, lots of extra parts, things of that nature. Any update on the Busa? No. Brock is still working on it. So it just sits there in stock form until Uncle Brock is ready. But both these bikes are amazing. Look at these things in the sunlight. You can't go wrong with either one. 1199R with its 1299S engine. 650E, hello from Maryland. Any new bikes that you have ordered for 2022? The Yamaha MT10 SP, the new Fireblade Triple RSP with this beautiful red, white, and blue colorway. And that's it for 2022. But we got to start these things up for you. Starting with the 1199 with the 1299 engine. Darren says, all my bikes are amazing. Thank you so much. How much horsepower did my Corvette have? 430 horsepower. Waiting for the new Z06 to arrive. That thing hasn't been started in a long time. I do keep it on a battery tender, but it was still a little crazy to start. so many bikes is riding them all, to be honest with you. And that's why I allow my good buddies to ride these bikes. I just don't like to look at these bikes sitting in the garage, not being used. You know, that's the most difficult part, is putting miles on them and getting the use out of them. All right, that's the 1199R. Now the Panigale V4R sounds totally different than this one. I don't know if I can remember how to start it. And I don't. So yeah, the V4R sounds amazing, and it's going to be tough for Jaret to pick between these two bikes. But you know what better guy to do it than my good buddy Jaret Campisi? I think I'm going to convert him from being a Ducati fanboy into a BMW fanboy indeed. You guys want to hear this one now? Because I do. And here we go. Well, if you think that exhaust is ugly, we're actually going to be changing it next week. Actually, before Jared gets to ride the bike, it's going to have a different Campisi exhaust on it that I think that you'll find to be very, very nice. One of a kind, brand new exhaust. This will be the world's first M1000RR with that amazing exhaust. So stay tuned for that. I actually like the way that one looks. But I think I like the way the new one looks better. Miami Manny sent me a picture of it and it does look amazing. Do I like the S1000 or the R1? Answer this for me if you can. They're both great bikes. The S1000 has a little bit of an edge over the R1 right now, but the R1 is going to be totally redesigned real soon, and we will see. Will this new exhaust I speak of be available to the public? Absolutely. It'll be available, I believe, for Moto Million in January. So stay tuned. We're going to put it on next week. I'll probably make a video of the new exhaust, not this coming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. December 19th, 2021, 21st, 22nd, whatever that comes out to. And follow me on Instagram because I think we're going to install it on Monday the 20th, and I'll make an Instagram post about it on my Instagram. An Instagram post on Instagram, yeah. Since we can't ride the bikes right now, a little bit too chilly, all I can do is come out in the driveway and give you guys these startups and answer some of your questions. Some great questions today in this live stream. But yeah, it's going to be some fun times here real soon. And we can take a look at the bikes that are locked up in the garage. The GS is what I typically ride this time of year. You see it's filthy with road debris and all sorts of garbage on it. I'll probably wash it tomorrow, take it for another cruise. Busa, clean because it doesn't get ridden, it's stock form. The world's fastest Ninja H2, looking great. Got another part on top there that Miami Mandy is going to install onto the bike, carbon fiber part, R1M. It's going to be used real soon on the track. ZX10, always looking good. Can I please start the H2? That thing's so loud, man. My neighbor's over there minding his business, doing his yard work, and that damn H2 will scare the bejesus out of him. Plus, it's hooked up to a battery tender. Please call out. Oh, I didn't see that one. All right, finally made one of your streams. Oh, yeah, cool. Glad you could make the live stream today. Adam Stratford, what's up, buddy? Where you been? Haven't heard from you in a while. I wish I could get the S1000 to Jamaica. I wish I could be in Jamaica right now with your awesome weather instead of freezing my arse off here in the driveway, 40 degrees. So there you go. What was my first bike? It was a Suzuki GSXR 750. Yes, a 1993 Gixxer 750 was my first bike. Second bike was a CBR 1900RR. That's why I'm so excited to get the red, white, and blue 2022 CBR 1900RR because I wanted that colorway that they're using for the new bike, the red, white, and blue, back in 1993. Could not afford it. And finally, I'm able to get one, so I'm very happy about that. I saw amazing single turbo Skyline. Oh yeah, that's an awesome car. 200 people, only 50 thumbs up. Yeah, hit the thumbs up, guys. A lot of people don't know how important it is to hit the thumbs up for a video. It's extremely important. That's how the video can get more reach and all that kind of stuff. And yeah. Have I ever been to Europe? The Spain count. Been to Spain for a couple press launches, but that's it. Insurance, Geico. They're very good to me. Rates are not that expensive at all. Yeah. But then again, I am an older gentleman, so not quite 50 years old yet, but very close. So that's why my insurance rates are low. Still always watch your videos. Nothing changed. Awesome, man. I appreciate it, Adam. Thank you. Thank you. Does the V4R have a Brent tune? Yeah, all of my bikes have the Brent tuned. V4R. This 1199 has Brent tuned. M1000 Brent tuned. Classic HP4 Brent tuned. Ninja Brent tuned. This one is not. This one's X-Plane R1 Custom Tuning, Nick Marino. This one is CMP, our good buddy CMP, Jeremy Weber. This one is soon to be Brock's, along with Brent tuning. And this one's Brent tuning. I still haven't put my video out. I'll turn the light on here. Haven't put the video that I made last summer of my Brent tuned R1250 GS Adventure and its top speed pursuits and all that kind of stuff. It's definitely going to be a fun video. Yeah, to watch. What other kind of questions we got? Geico hasn't seen my videos? I don't think so. What was my career before YouTube? I was information technology. Started off in the help desk, ended up as a project manager. Thank you, Jixer MIA, $4.99. Thank you. And he says, nice collection. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's what I did, information technology, before I was able to do what you're seeing right here full time for your viewing pleasure. He's been watching Bird's Eye videos, been watching me since I had 11,000 subs, man. Thanks for sticking around so long. I don't even see him comment very much, but I appreciate that awesome comment. Have I ever considered starting my kids in? Yes, into motorcycle racing. The kids were just out here before I started this live stream. My neighbor John over there brought over an electric motorcycle that my big kid Aiden was riding. And then my small kid Adam was riding the PW50. I wonder if it'll still start up for you. He was just on it a second ago. Let's see. It should be warm. Check this out. See if she'll start. Cut off. Yeah, well, we're not going to fuss around with that. Turn it back off. But yeah, he was just out riding it. He had a great time. Just tuned in. Any plans to ride down south to get out of Ohio for the winter? Yeah, I'll be headed down to Miami at some point to do some riding with my good buddy Jaret Campisi, who is going to ride the V4R and the M1000RR, and he's going to tell you which bike he likes the best. Do I think I'll be purchasing the new electric Range Rover? No, not at all. I need a vehicle that can tow my big trailer. It's 28 foot. When it's all loaded, it's 10,000 pounds. So I need these big trucks, the Rams or the Ford F-250s or something. So I need a vehicle for tow. Top road tires you recommend? Yeah, I'd recommend the Pirelli Diablo Super Corsa SP3s or the Rosso 4s. That's what I recommend, my good friend. Let's see how much New Delhi. New Delhi would be awesome. India. Looking forward to doing that. Once the world returns to normal. We're still not back to normal yet. In fact, my good buddy Adam Wahid just returned from Spain, from Jaret, for the new V4S press launch, and he said it was a horrible, horrible fly in there. Just horrible. He says the press launch itself was nice, but just getting there and back was just miserable. If I had to pick one bike to keep, what would it be? One bike would be the R1250 GS Adventure because it handles very similar to these sport bikes. I've got 3 of these panniers, these bags. I don't keep the other 2 on the bike, but these things can hold a lot of stuff, a lot of gear, a lot of crap. 650E hats. This thing for cold weather, neck scarf. Lots of groceries can go in here. It's waterproof. So, you know, if I can only keep one, it would be this one. And until you ride a GS, you won't quite understand that. Do I notice the difference between stock quick shifter versus your Alpha Racing? Absolutely. The Alpha Racing quick shifter, and I'm making a video about that. I already made the video. I haven't posted it yet. But this Alpha Racing quick shifter, not only does it have this beautiful LED green light that illuminates, you can barely see it. There it is. You can see that? I like the green light. At night, it's really bright. But it just feels more of an engagement. And it absolutely 100% never, ever, 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 ever fails. The quick shifter on the M1000 has never failed in its whole lifetime. Whereas the quick shifter on this thing, you have to purposely kick it and engage it, especially under heavy load when you're racing, to really get it to work all the time consistently. And I mentioned that in my review of these 2 bikes, and it might be one thing that Jaret notices when he rides it. Which bike do I prefer for starters? A good starter bike would be a Yamaha R7. It's a great bike. Yep, 5-up Superleggera, nice bike. Very nice bike. Yeah. So, what else can we say here? Do I like any naked bikes? Yeah, I like the naked a Yamaha MT10 SP. I'm adding that to my collection because I love that naked bike. It sounds brutal. Now it's got a beautiful colorway, beautiful livery. Gauges are full color now. Quick shift auto blip. Great bike. MV Agusta 800 RR. We don't have any MV dealers anywhere close to here. The closest one I believe is in Detroit, and I can never make time to go out there and check those bikes out. But I hear they're great bikes, but I've just never experienced them. My favorite bike of all time? Ha, shucks. I don't know. Maybe the HP4 because it's just so reliable, never fails. Just a great motorcycle. Still looks great. 8 years old. So, thoughts on the Triumph Speed Triple RS? Triumph makes great bikes. I haven't ridden the new Speed Triple, but it looks nice. But yeah, let's race our H2s. Okay. If you're in the United States, let's do it. Somebody was just watching F1. What a race. Any motorcycle racing anytime soon? Yeah. There's lots of motorcycle racing going on in Miami in January. I won't be there for that, but there's going to be lots of YouTube videos and stuff. But will I ever get a Ducati Street Fighter? No. Manny from 1 Million has a beautiful Street Fighter that I could have purchased from him at a great price. It's fully done up. But I only need one naked bike, and that's the MT10 SP for me. Would love to see a new R1M build. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. We're actually going to do that. Come to mention it, Miami Manny's buying a new R1M, and we're going to build it up, and I'm going to feature it on my channel. So stay tuned. No, I sold the Corvette Stingray because I ordered the C8 Z06, and I wasn't driving the Stingray. No longer interested in it after they released all the specs on the Z06. So I sold it, and I think I'm definitely going to love the Z06 with its flat plane crank engine and everything else. Yeah. Buy a Superleggera? No, don't need a Superleggera. My V4R is basically my version of the Superleggera because of all the parts that Miami Manny has bestowed into this bike. It's, to me, just as good or better than a Superleggera. In fact, has better brakes than a stock Superleggera, better rear sets, levers, and just all these parts. It has a carbon fiber subframe like the Superleggera. Only thing it doesn't have is a carbon fiber swinging arm, but that's okay. We weighed both bikes, and this bike just weighs 15 pounds more than the Super Leg. So for me, I don't need one, but they're still a great bike. But when are we going to see you on a track day with the M1000? Well, you're going to see that in the spring as soon as it warms up. I got this big track day planned, something that's going to, I hope, break the internet. We're going to do something really awesome with my M1000RR on the track. I'm going to be riding it. My track coach and mentor, teacher, Mr. Mark Young, is also going to ride it. And we're going to do something phenomenal. We just have to wait for it to warm up. So stay tuned, man. You're going to absolutely love that. Great question. You're going to love what we have planned. So what I do in the winter, folks, is since I can't ride a lot, I do a lot of planning for what I have in mind for next year. I never want to stay stagnant and do the same old repetitive stuff over and over again with my YouTube channel. So I spend a lot of my winter months just planning out stuff for next year. And boy, do we have some amazing plans for these bikes. It's fine to use them for smackdowns or do walkarounds like I'm doing now and answer questions and stuff with the bikes, but I want to do something that's groundbreaking that no one else has done before with these machines. And that's what we finally are going to do in 2022. It's going to be a phenomenal year. So stay tuned. Would I buy an H2R? Absolutely not. Not street legal. My H2 makes more power than it. Jesus Martinez. Jesus from Mallorca, Spain. Nice to meet you. Yeah, would have been nice to have met you when I was in Spain for a press launch. I have one question. What do I think about the new Street Fighter V2? I think it's a great bike, especially for areas like Spain and countries where you can't really have really big bikes like the Street Fighter V4. I think it was amazing that Ducati decided to make that bike. I think it's going to sell well, and I think that it's a good bike, man. Easy Rider Motors in the house from Detroit. Weather is looking... yeah, it was 40 degrees and sunny, so it's warm enough for me to come out in my driveway and make a walk around, but not warm enough to ride any of these bikes easy, except for the R1250 GS Adventure, which I want you to ride easy. You will lose your mind. You will buy one of these bikes because you appear to be on a buying spree like myself. So you will buy one of these bikes easy because this bike is all you, man. We can ride it in the winter. It's got this port here that you attach your heated gear. So I have heated pants and heated jacket. They both attach to this. You basically take this guy here and you plug it in here, and now you got two ports. One for your heated pants, one for your heated top. Boom. And I keep that in here so I don't lose it. But it also has a heated seat, heated grips, so you're completely heated when you're riding this damn thing. And on a 40-degree day like today, it would feel like, honest to goodness, guys, it would feel like it's a 90-degree day if you have your heated gear at the high level. You would not even be thinking about 40 degrees. So, what did Easy Rider say here? He always wanted to ride the adventure bikes. Yeah, we got to get you on that. He loves my bikes, what I do for a living. I do YouTube, what I'm doing right now. Favorite bike I've owned, HP4. Who makes those winglet mirrors for the M1000? Rizoma, you can get them from Moto Million. Discount code 650EB. I try to make it easy for you folks. Any of these parts you see on all of my bikes, you can get them all from Moto Million. So if you're ever in question, head on over to the Moto Million website and just do a search. If you went over to Moto Million and you searched on his site for Rizoma mirrors, they'd pop right up. And then you just apply the 650E discount code and they'd be all yours. And that applies for any of these parts you see on my bike. That's the beauty of working with pretty much one supplier, is that we know where to get the stuff from. It's great to see somebody that really appreciates Italian manufacturing. Yes, Italian stuff is really great. Worst bike I've ever owned? That's a good question. Jeez. Well, if it was the worst bike, it's no longer in my collection. It's gone. So, honestly, the worst bike was probably the EBR 1190RX. And I wouldn't say worse as if it's a bad bike, but it just wasn't to the level of any of these bikes. Didn't have the power of these bikes, didn't have the refinement, the electronics, and that's why it's gone, but it's still a good bike. You remember when I first started, what did that comment say? Come a long way for sure. H2 is still your favorite bike of yours. Thank you, Poker Mike. Thank you very much. It's awesome. Okay. Groundbreaking new content. Yeah. I would love to come to the UK, but from what I understand, you can't do smackdowns in the UK, or you will pay the price. You'll be in the Majesty's jailhouse. I don't want to be locked up in the Majesty's jail. No way. All right. What other questions we got here? Oh. Add Brock's side stand on the M1000. I do have a carbon fiber kicking stand on the M1000RR from Moto Million, which I think is amazing. We also recently installed this onto our S1000RR giveaway bike. So we do have a beautiful, look at that. If you could see that, that is a carbon fiber kicking stand. Do I use Motul 300V? Yes, or 7100. 300V all the way. Great oil. Yes. Do you still want to see my Blackbird? Absolutely. I want to see your Blackbird. As soon as we can get that arranged, when this weather warms up a little bit. Can I show happy holidays? Thank you so much for any track content coming soon. Yeah, lots of track content coming. Next year, it's going to be amazing. We got some beautiful stuff planned, so don't miss it. Okay. What does Jared have to choose? Jared has to choose between the M1000RR, he's going to ride both bikes, or the Panigale V4R. We're going to put Jared on both bikes, and he has to pick which one is his favorite machine. So stay tuned for that. That's going to happen within the next week or so. Okay. Any updates on Brock's? No, Brock is taking his time. He wants to make sure that he has everything lined up and in order. So once he does, I will deliver my Hayabusa to him, and he will Brock it out. That's going to be amazing. But we're not rushing Uncle Brock. He always does his due diligence, and he always ends up with great products because he takes his time. Harley Davidson, those geese again. Harley Davidson makes good bikes, cruiser bikes and all that, but not for me. But they are also decent bikes. Somebody says Harleys are dang slow. Mike says that. I didn't say it. Mike said it. Love to take your 22 V4S on the track over the holidays. Ooh, you got a 22? You got the new one? That's nice. That's supposed to be a really nice bike. I can't wait to actually see some more reviews on it and actually get out and ride it. Can I show you all of my bike collection? So yeah, we have these 3 bikes out here in the driveway. The Panigale V4R. Then we have the BMW M1000RR. And we have the 1199R. The 1299S engine. If we go inside here in the warmth, we have a BMW HP4, Kawasaki ZX-10R, a gorgeous 2015 first year model Yamaha R1M, Zuma 125, the world's fastest Kawasaki Ninja H2, fully modified, 2022 Hayabusa, and finally the 2019 R1250 GS Adventure motorcycle. Yeah. No, that extended swinging arm is right here. It's not sold yet. It is for sale. If you're interested in it, shoot me a message, 650EB001. Thank you, Jordan. Here's a drop for the gas. Thank you so much. Jordan says $199. I appreciate it, Jordan Berkman. That's awesome. So yeah, if you want this extended swinging arm for the V4R, 650EB001 at gmail.com. And we can get that shipped to you if you pay the appropriate price. Any ideas, let's see, on the revamped R1M coming to the market? Yeah, probably within the next 2 years for sure. Which bike do I enjoy the most? R1250 GS Adventure, HP4, V4R is a thrill to ride for sure. And the M1000RR. All those bikes are great to ride. R1M track bike is phenomenal on the track as well. Would I ever build a max effort leader bike? No, because even at my size, Brandon, I still wouldn't be very fast on a max effort machine. Being 225 pounds and 6'3" and extra wide shoulders and all that. So, you know, my max effort bike, I guess if you want to call it that, would be the H2. It's pretty much the only one that can rock and roll with those max effort guys. Yeah. You're going to buy a Ducati Superleggera V4 soon. Well, I think it's a great bike. You're going to love the 998cc engine and everything else about that super light Ducati V4. So stay tuned. That's going to be great. Okay. Why not make a series on old motorcycle builds with recent performance parts such as Triumph Daytona 955i or other bikes? Well, I just like the new bikes. I really do. I think that most of my followers like new bikes too. The older bikes are great, don't get me wrong, but most of us like new technology and the way that these fuel injected bikes with their auto blipper and quick shifters really perform well. So I think that does the best for me on my channel. But there's nothing wrong with the older bikes. Do I think Honda will bring back a competitive? I hope they do bring back a V4 Cobra Commander. It would sell like hotcakes. I'm not sure why they haven't done it already, but everybody loves V4 machines for the power that they make all around the rev range. So I think that will be a great bike for Honda to reintroduce back into the market. I wish they'd do it soon. Rizoma stealth mirrors look great. Yeah, I agree. Mike says, go for a rip. Ooh, it's too cold to go for a rip. Poker Mike says, how many horsepower does my H2 make now? 352 horsepower on pump fuel, and then savagely 370 something on oxygenated race fuel. So it's a lot of power. And we can finally control it thanks to the amazing tuning done by our good buddy Jeremy Weber at CMP. Yeah. Okay, what's your favorite racer of all time? Cobra Commander. Uh, that's a good question. That's a hard question. I mean, I like Marquez. I like the way he goes hard all the time and really tries. And even after his serious injuries, he's still really trying to be competitive. So he's definitely up there. All right, as we approach 40-minute mark, I'm not going to let this go over 40 minutes. And plus, my hands are freezing, and I got to put these bikes back in the driveway. So stay tuned, folks. Greetings from a beautiful named city in Spain. Hey there. Thank you guys so much for viewing this live stream. And you're welcome, Gamer Ben, for the content. And thank you, everybody else, for tuning in today. And we will catch you guys on the next live stream.